I feel sometimes that people are coming towards Dubai real estate to make rental yield. Okay, this is what they're looking to say. Hey, I've been guaranteed 10%, something like that over a contract sometimes from the developer and all of that. But it's not the real way to look at the Dubai real estate market, right? Am I correct?
Yeah, I would 100% agree with you. See, only rental returns is not an aspect in real estate because you're buying a asset, and that asset appreciates. That asset appreciates not because you and I want that asset to appreciate. It appreciates because there are underlying reasons. For example, that asset appreciates because the land cost has gone up. The land cost has gone up because the land purchase had happened that much that now people don't want to sell their land. The asset cost goes up because the construction cost has gone up. Now, when the construction cost goes up is merely directly linked to the economy because the city is getting more expensive because people want a better lifestyle. Every human being wants a better lifestyle. And it's not always possible for a contractor to source out the cheapest labor. And when they do that, they are not able to deliver in time, and that costs them. So these things are economically connected into an asset, and that's why the asset appreciate. So only looking at a return on investment is only looking at half the picture, because once the property is ready, remember the return on investment directly links to the rental value of the property, but the capital appreciation doesn't directly links to the capital appreciation. And that's what a lot of people misses, because it's the capital appreciation where you make the maximum money. And another point comes down there is liquidity of the asset. Yes, you can have a great property which can give you a rental return of 10%, but if to get that 10%, you are spending almost 4% into operations because somebody is managing that property and the kind of advertising going towards that property to get a high-paying client is there. That's not a good proposition because the asset maintenance cost is way higher than the actual asset return. And that needs to be kept in mind. So when you're looking at buying a property, don't only look at return on investment. Keep your eyes on capital appreciation because that's where you make the big money.
Amazing. And I know that most of your work, most of your clientele are high net worth clientele that are buying, really expensive houses, the luxury of here in Dubai. And Dubai knows to give luxury. We all know that. So when you're working with that type of client, how much do you get into the conversation of, this villa in Palm Jumeirah going to bring me 5% ROI or 12% ROI? What is the conversation when you're talking to these kind of clients?
See, the moment you enter the luxury segment, and even if you enter the entry-level luxury segment, we have to understand the affordability is not a question. Actually, what you need to look into is that person who is buying that particular property. What is his end goal? Why is he buying that? Where exactly he is going to get comfortable in that property? And how is he designing his life around that property? The major conversations is about that because most of those individuals or high network individuals, they actually work from home. They want to spend more time in their house. So they plan their life, their ecosystem around it. As long as you've understood that ecosystem, you will actually observe that 70 to 75% discussion is happening across their life cycle, their lifestyle, their comfortness, and how they can perform better in that surrounding because they make that their working space and their living space and their entertainment space. So they tick mark on 3 major questions out there. How do I feel when I am actually entertaining someone? How do I feel when I'm actually living in it? And how do I feel when I'm going to work, and how exactly the energy is going to help me to perform better? Now, when you answer these 3 questions, you connect with them. And that's where the major decision is made, not at the money level.
Amazing. Take me to one of those, high net worth real estate purchases you've done, maybe recently, maybe a good story that you remember, and it was like a unique property, unique person that, we can learn a little bit more about that.
See, I'll give you I'll give you a very nice story which happened with a couple. Actually, they were a husband, wife, 2 people. Okay, they were from UK. They've been living here in Dubai for a while, and they've been owning certain properties out here, and they've been living in normal independent villas. And they wanted to actually, buy a house for themselves. So when they came to me, they actually focused on one thing that, okay, Kunal, I need X amount of space because I have people coming over, living with me. I entertain people. I want my entertainment and private life to be completely separate. Though I want the people who I'm entertaining with to understand my private life in a small snapshot. When you understand these kind of emotions, that is when you are actually able to propose to them. So they were actually moving with me in Palm Jumeirah as well as in Jumeirah Island, and they were looking at even in Jumeirah Golf Estate. So when we were moving around things in these areas, we actually discovered that he and his wife wants always to spend some time in a day together in a peaceful manner. So from there, we eliminated quite a lot of things and we focused on the back garden needs to be a little bit bigger. When the wife came in and she spoke about that, I want my house to look grand. In that point itself, we eliminated the houses which didn't had a big grand entrance. So the grand entrance is with the amount of plot area empty in front of your house. A lot of properties again disappear in that manner. Then the kids came in and they actually said, oh, we want, our friends coming in, and then we don't want our parents to always look on us when we are having that kind of an entertainment with our friends. So that sort of a privacy also plays a lot of part because, we all do things for our kids and we want the best for them. So when you collect all these thought processes together and you're trying to cater to that kind of a requirement, you will be surprised. They went in and they looked at a majestic villa, which they actually wanted a good grand entrance. They were more towards the living room sizes. They were more towards the back garden sizes. They were more towards a big pool sizes. And they actually wanted a terrace in a villa because that's where the kids can play around and that's where the kids can entertain their own friends out there. They made a gaming zone later on covered out there, which worked very well for them. And when you look at all these things, you'll be surprised. They went into the Jumeirah Island. They left Jumeirah Golf Estate. They left Palm Jumeirah. They took one of the biggest mansions in Jumeirah Island and they combined it together. Then the grandness even came. That house still lives there. It's one of the unique houses there.
Yeah, it's a beautiful neighborhood, Jumeirah Island. I really like it.
Yeah, and when you combine 2 5-bedrooms and 2 master views together backing on the lake, that comes as a palace.
Yeah.
And that was the smartest move what they made.